Dark night of the soul isn't something that you're going to move through and then you're going to get past it and you're going to be done with it and it's going to feel great, right? No, dark night of the soul is a cycle in this awakening journey. And that period in your journey comes back around. It cycles back around when you are ready to level up and head into a big growth expansion, an expansion in consciousness. And in order to do that, you need to create space in your body energetically. And a lot of those traumas, even though you may feel like you've gone through and healed a lot of it, there is still always work to be done on a deeper level. And you may find yourself heading back into a dark night of the soul for the second time, for the third time, for the fourth time. Okay, I've been through numerous dark night of the soul periods, and those were periods in my growth that represented times of feeling disconnected, feeling really heavy, really down, and not being connected with my purpose, really. What was I here for? Like, what lights me up? It's like a void period. And I assure you that these periods will come and they will go, but it's important to know that it's all for your growth. We are moved into these periods of darkness to be able to feel all of the dense energy that maybe you've been avoiding in your day-to-day life, maybe through distractions, maybe you're doing things or engaged in activities that distract you from having to feel that heaviness. Well, the dark night of the soul is that period where it's really like hitting the brakes and finally sitting down and allowing yourself to feel your way through the energy, because I can assure you that is the only way out of it, is to feel it. The more you try to resist, you may have some short-term vibrational increases that maybe make you feel good. I like to call that false light, because really they represent distractions from the real work. And that real work is feeling the heavy energy, feeling the traumas when they come up, maybe being triggered. And instead of reacting, responding to the energy deep within that is coming up to be seen, coming up to be felt, coming up to be loved. So you want to pull back when you're in a period of darkness or dark night of the soul, and you want to give yourself a little bit of a break and give yourself permission to be able to sit and finally feel this energy. If you don't feel the energy, it will come back up later in a big way. Okay, so when you choose to be compassionate with yourself, to sit and finally feel the density as it's coming up. And I know so many of you have reached out to me, whether it be through email or comments on videos, about how you're really, really struggling. And this is a period of time right now, especially collectively. There's a lot of unrest. There's a lot of chaos. I know I've talked about the increasing chaotic environment that's going to be reflected out externally this year, and things are going to continue to get more chaotic. And that is a manifestation of the energy that was stuck inside you starting to move. It reflects out. Now, you have a choice whether or not to identify with that energy and dive into the story and pick your sides and get involved in that lower frequency timeline, or you could realize that that's a reflection of what's happening with you and maybe within you, and maybe what's happening more so in the collective. Okay, a lot of that dense energy is coming up now to be seen and to be felt and to be experienced. A lot of people are identifying with it and are very polarized by it, one side or the other, right? But you, as this spiritual way shower, know that it's time to find the peace within. And in order to do that, you need to really feel all of that energy as it comes up, all of that density. When you feel that energy, you have the courage and the compassion for yourself to slow it down and give yourself permission to feel the energy. It starts to move. It gets freed up from the lower chakras and it moves into the heart, and you start to experience a loving, peaceful presence. And that energy starts to expand your field, and others around you start to experience it as well. So not only are you doing the deeper healing work for you within, but you're making that energy available to others all around you to experience the same, because if they're feeling the chaos, that is a sure sign that the energy within them is starting to move. It feels very chaotic internally. Offer up peace, offer up love, compassion, stability, and others will feel that. That's the period we're in right now. It's no longer about avoiding the darkness, avoiding the dense energy. I know we think, okay, I've been through that before. Why does it keep coming up? So many people I work with ask me, Mark, why does it keep coming up? I thought I dealt with that. Well, it's time to deal with it on an even deeper level. If it continues to come up, there is a deeper healing to be done, deeper healing that you can do, an expanded light or perspective or level of consciousness that you can shine on these shadows. When you do that, you anchor your light deeper into the body because you create more space for it. You anchor deeper into the planet because you have freed up the energetic blockages, the dense energy that's been keeping you out here focused externally. Now you have the ability to bring it inside, right? How do you do that? You feel it. Give yourself permission to feel it. If you're feeling down, heavy, maybe a little bit spiritually depressed, give yourself permission. Accept that. Don't deny it. That is up in your reality. It's come up in your reality. It has surfaced. It is a truth in that moment. You're feeling heavy. Accept it. Don't deny it. We don't want to deny any part of us that comes up to be seen. When you do that, it comes up later again in a big way, and it prolongs the dark night of the soul period. When we're in a dark night of the soul period, what we're really doing is we are uncovering aspects of us that maybe we're a little bit darker, aspects that are stressed, anxious, aspects that are scared, they're in survival mode. That's very frightening, okay? But that's what this dark night of the soul period is all about. And you, being the light, have the strength, the courage, the fortitude to allow yourself to be present with that dark energy, with that dense energy, okay? And dark, dense, I use those terms interchangeably. I'm not talking about good. I'm not talking about bad. This is certainly a vibrational thing, a frequency thing, and the darker, denser energy is a lower vibrational energy. It's the energy that you created when you were traumatized. At some point, somebody said something to you, you experienced a trauma, and a part of you essentially was fragmented off and remained in that frequency, unconscious for years and years and years. Now it's surfacing. It is becoming conscious. It wants to become conscious so that it could rejoin the party. It could rejoin your higher frequency light. Allow it to do that. Again, how do you do that? You feel it. You don't distract yourself from it. You don't run from it. You feel it. And as you feel it, you create a deeper connection within. You take more of your higher frequency energy, your light, your higher self, and it moves into the body. It grounds and anchors into the body, connects deep with the planet because you have freed space up within your body that was taken up essentially or occupied by stock energy, dense energy. Feel it. That is the way through it. And just know that I go through these periods. Others, people that I work with, go through these periods, these dark night of the soul periods. They're completely normal, completely just part of the process. They are an opportunity for you to be able to revisit older, denser, darker, energetic aspects of yourself, bring them into the light, make yourself more whole, and allow more of your higher self to ground. If you're feeling challenged in this day in and day out, definitely sign up for my Break the Pattern Challenge. There's a link in the description.